right, everybody, here we go. Liquid Jinro against ATN Socke. I cannot wait for this match. It's going to be a Terran versus Protest. Starting map is going to be NASL's Belshir Beach. And we have, of course, our good old friend, Orb. Orb, dude, this is like the match of epic proportions. I still remember when these two players faced off on Desert Oasis in MLG Dallas Finals for 2010. Oh my God, was that good.
So long ago. So long ago. But that that victory did go to Jinro there. Are we going to see a repeat of that? Or is Socke going to be able to get his revenge?
You know what? I don't know who I'm rooting for. I love both these players. I still remember Jinro was nuking at that time when nobody was using nukes. Jinro always the very, very clever player. It always feels like he's ahead of his time for all the things he's using, all the builds. We saw that happen. He's a 2-time round of 4 GSL winner, I want to say. Round of whatever
participant?
that is. You know what I'm talking about, right? Participant.
Yeah. I know you mean.
I was like, round of 4 winner. Anyway, we do have Liquid Jinro spawning in as the yellow Terran, top left-hand position. In the bottom right-hand position, we have as the blue Protoss, ATN Socke, or alternate attacks Socke. And apparently, Orb, you told me that these colors are great for colorblind people.
Oh, they are, man. Well, for most types of colorblindness, like 99% of colorblind people are red-green colorblind. So yeah, yellow-blue is fantastic. However, if you actually happen to be I think yellow-purple colorblind, then you might be in some trouble.
Well, I just want to give a huge shout out to you because what I just did right there, I basically gave everybody the opportunity to nuke you on stream and on. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna go into a ladder and people are just gonna go nuke rush us, knowing that you can't see it because you're.
So it'll be the same as the last couple months. That's all people do to me, man. Every game, every game. Literally, I got knocked out of 6 tournaments in a row from nukes. It was
yeah, you're like way ahead.
Cried myself to sleep.
All of a sudden, you walk into a nuke, and it's like,
exactly.
All right, well, this is a great game.
I cried myself to sleep. But it doesn't look like we're gonna have any kind of crazy nuke rush from Jinro here. At least not off of the as it would be ridiculous. One base it does have no gas, so it's gonna be just like a gasless expansion. Very standard. It can be a little bit difficult to hold on this map since there are 2 very wide ramps leading up to the natural. But I think overall it's a pretty good choice. You can defend it as long as you have enough bunkers. You can get a pretty nice early econ lead.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a defensive expansion for quite a long time. As you said, it's so hard to hold it. You have 2 different main exits that you have to defend. So at least you need 2 bunkers on each side. Probably 3 to stop something like the 6 gate. So it really doesn't make sense to go and pull that out just yet. I think what Jinro is going to be doing is just massing a ton of units off of, well, nope, I take that back. He's taking double gas. He might be going for like a siege tank.
Wow. Yeah, it could be. I am very interested to see what he's going to be doing with this. Some players that I've seen in Korea, right after going for gasless expand, they rush that double gas and they rush up the factory and then they go for like an odd little mid-game Banshee. And the timing can often actually catch Protoss players off guard because if they see that gasless expansion, they're definitely not going to be expecting a Banshee coming into their base. Another, of course, option is players like Select sometimes like to just rush up to medevacs very, very quickly so they can do some early game drops.
Indeed. Well, for now, Protoss is just going ahead and wait. Hold on. Nope, Stargate.
Dropping that Stargate.
Dropping that Stargate. That is a little clever play from him. I really, really like that. Now, this bunker is out in the open. It is miles and leagues away from all of those SCVs. So basically what that says is if any attacks start and Jinro is reacting to it, there is no way that that bunker will be able to stay up. That, while those 4 Marines are probably going to die, Jinro is going to have a lot of trouble defending against any form of this Void Ray opening.
Yeah, and I really got to feel bad for him that he went for this crazy quick factory build. A lot of players out of the quick gasless expand will immediately drop down like 3 more barracks, pump out tons of Marines, and then they're much more defended against this type of play. But with that quick double gas, he's rushing that factory as soon as possible. He's getting a reactor right now, so it'll help later on. But for now, his Marine count is going to be that much less. He had to waste 50 seconds waiting for that reactor to come up, and it's going to be very, very hard for him to defend this 3-gate Void bust from Socke when his units are just going to be so few and far between.
Yeah, and look at this. He's actually putting up a second bunker, and I do like this. This is actually very, very clever. I wasn't expecting him to do this just because he has no indication if there's going to be some sort of all-in. And oh my god, look at this. Forward pylon all the way on the bottom of Jinro's base. There is enough room that there can be warp-ins. So if he wants to, he can warp in on the high ground using the Void Ray as a spotter. This is such a dangerous position for Jinro. I am really, really scared.
Yeah, definitely. The starport is finishing those, so, you know, that could pay off for him if he gets himself something like a quick Viking, something that already does have a siege tank on the way, though. With siege tech about a third of the way done, it will not be completing in time, but he's going to be very depressed to see that, oh my god, there's actually a Void Ray there. So that tank's not going to be that helpful for you, except for against those stalkers. He immediately just gets out of that bunker, runs away. One tank is done. And he's trying to repair this bunker, but he has such a low marine count. Dealing with that Void Ray is going to be very difficult.
You know what, but Jinro, I think he's in a good position right now. He is getting that one Viking out, and the Viking represents a lot of defense. All he has to do is put it on top of that bunker, and he's pretty much safe against that Void Ray. As long as he does good micro, he can micro that all day long. Now the Void Ray is very close to very low life. And off of this, we do see additional Void Rays being made. I think Socke is going to press on the attack, but I don't know what more he can do as this defensive Terran, especially with siege mode, becomes so hard to actually penetrate.
Yeah, the only way I could see him beating this is if he actually had stopped Void Ray production and made a couple sentries so we could force seal this, the SCVs off of the bunker. But without those sentries to do that, with only one sentry in there with just enough for one force seal, he's just been continuously producing Void Rays. And while that can be good if your opponent is low on Marines, with the Vikings that Jinro's been producing, I don't think that's going to be the best choice.
Oh, and the Viking is going to be shot down. Nice pick-off. One Socke and a Viking exchange. So it is a little bit of an even exchange for both these players. Of course, the Viking was a little bit more expensive, but we do see Socke actually warping in more units. I'm not sure if he's actually going to try to bust this. I don't think it would actually be good for him to bust this, but he's still continuing to make additional Void Rays. He has up to 3 Void Rays, and yeah, here we go. He's going in for it.
He's got the Guardian Shield. He's got his Zealots in front. The SCVs are not in place. They're running forward to try to go repair, but they're not there in time. They are going to get on the second bunker. Will they be able to keep it alive, though? It's very low. The tank is getting very low as well. They're going to repair it. Oh, he does repair everything. Even the tank stays alive. This is terrible for Socke. Barely not able to do the last bit of damage to kill off that bunker or to kill off that siege tank. Now he's going to lose the rest of his units. And oh my god, Socke calls the GG.
And there you have it. Jinro, I thought he was in a lot of trouble, but that second premature bunker that he made, I don't know how he actually saw that or knew to make that, but that really saved him. He was able to collapse back behind the wall, bought him enough time to get those Vikings up. Socke tried to push the aggression on, but just was not able to continue up.
Yeah, like you said, that second bunker was everything. If he didn't have that, I have no doubt in my mind Socke would have been able to push in there, break Jinro. But with those Vikings on the way with that quick double gas build, did actually end up working out well for him. But Socke actually took an expansion while he was trying to do that bust. So that's why I was a little bit confused that he actually called the GG, because he did lose all of his units, which are very expensive, and it's definitely terrible, but he actually at least still had the expansion up. So I don't know, maybe could have stayed in that game, but regardless, that's going to be a 1-0 advantage going to Jinro.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing that kills me is that he left after the game. If you're going to leave and do a push, if you're going to take an expansion and push, but then leave after your push dies, you might as well have just gone up to 4 gateways or something and made a huge push. Send all your probes. I don't know. Do something like that. But, you know, don't get the expansion. Have a 400 mineral weaker economy, not economy, 400 mineral weaker army, and then, you know, type out GG after you leave. Just kind of a weird string of actions, but nevertheless, Jinro did have immaculate defense throughout the entire engagement. I'm looking to see more from both of these players in game number 2. We're going to go into it directly after this break. Join us. We'll be back in a moment.